Hello, and welcome to my 201 presentation. For those of you who don't know me, this is me. Hello there. Although you have probably just seen me press play on the video, but oh wow. For this module, I undertook numerous work experiences that held a variety of jobs under the use of lens-based media. Throughout this module, my aim was to challenge myself and come out of my comfort zone in order to gain the best experience possible. This meant undertaking jobs I've probably never had experience in before. However, this is all part of the learning curve. I was hired under perfectly clear marketing to photograph Frank Hudson's, which is a furniture company, reopening of their showroom in High Wycombe. A short brief was given to me on the kinds of shots the customer wanted. Being a keen photojournalist, I have always said that it is people who make photographs. It's quite a stubborn point to make, however, each to their own. This meant bringing the furniture to life and use various angles and depth of field to make the photographs interesting. Before even thinking about photographs, I researched the company and looked at their website to see the kind of clientele that would be at the event. This was made clear by just looking at the company's website. Referring back to the manifesto, it's always good to research the company before you go in and shoot, as it gives you the knowledge of the people to whom will be there and how to act when working. To top off the pressure, there was a special guest at the event, lead singer from Spandau Ballet, Tony Hadley. When he arrived, everyone wanted a photo with him. People are more confident in you when you take control of the situation as a photographer. This will make them feel more comfortable around you and the camera. Earlier in the year, I was hired to photograph a night with Barry McGuigan, and the same happened there, to where everyone rushed for a photo. I organised people into a queue, and only did a certain amount of people at one time, so that Tony didn't feel overwhelmed with the amount of photos taken at once. From this job, I had the photos back and edited within 5 days of the event, showing that I was a reliant photographer that could keep calm under pressure while sticking to deadlines and produce a high quality standard of work. This was a paid job, however, as a learning photographer, I was not in the right place during this experience to say how much I wanted for the job, as I'm still learning, so I was very thankful for any type of payment at all. I believe in not underselling yourself. If you know you are good at the job, then make that show in the cost of hiring yourself. Yes, you may lose some jobs due to the people not wanting to pay so much. However, if you cost less, people will take advantage, so make the time and effort you put into your job worthwhile and show itself in the paycheck. I believe this can be the drive to producing even better work. I was hired by the UK's leading furniture company, Gallery, to cover the January furniture show over 2 days. The company itself were the sponsors of the whole show and were the largest stand in the exhibition. Over the 2-month gap, Frank Hudson and Gallery had partnered up, so I was hired not to photograph, but to video the event, something which I have never done before. Getting into video was due to me wanting to enhance myself as a lens-based media artist. I was getting tutorials on sound equipment and advanced cameras like the Sony FS700, all to enhance my skills as an artist, so when it came to the job, I would be able to adapt these newfound skills on the task at hand. During the event as a videographer, I found it hard to bring the stand to life, so therefore I combined both my photographic skills and video skills and honed in on the atmosphere of the stand and the buzz of the show itself. This is what the client wanted. They also wanted to show the scale of the stand, which was also difficult without just showing a dead-on straight shot of the stand. One of the major problems was not getting other company logos in the shots, and due to Gallery selling numerous mirrors, this was probably the hardest job I have done to date. I was set the task to interview workers/managers of the furniture company itself, and also interview cabinet makers and furniture magazine columnists. During this, I was confident, as I learnt from the previous jobs, that people are more comfortable if you know what you are doing. Being a keen freelancer and wanting to photograph what I want when I'm older, being told what to do was a little frustrating, and even when it came to editing clips that I thought were strong were taken out of the video and asked to be replaced with something else. Not that these shots didn't reach the terms of the brief, however some were seen as too artistic and not commercial enough for the video that customers would like. Feedback on the video when sent back to the company was that the video was a fantastic grade A piece of work and fitting for the company to use as advertisement. From this job, I was still set in my ways. I don't want to be controlled. I want to produce work that I want, as I know I can produce strong work. Working for people will pay the bills, yes, for now. However, one day I will be my own boss and produce work that sells and also pays the bills. And you know, a little cheeky bit left over to buy a zoo, or a car, or what else could I buy? Oh, who cares? What am I going on about? Oh yes, A new opportunity came around. After this job, resident artist at Coventry University, Jason Scott Tilley, is currently undertaking a project in Coventry, photographing the people of Hillfields along with a social scientist, Ben. Using old archival images and also the work of master printer John Blakemore, the project aims to be a response to this mass archive. I was asked to join the team to see how a proper photographic project develops and how you gain funding and to how a freelancer works in the field. It may sound weird, but I see parts of myself in Jason when working with him. We are both set in our ways and we have one goal and we do what it takes to make it work. Attending numerous meetings with the Warwick Arts Council and other clients that could help with the project showed to me just what happens behind the scenes of a project and how much effort it takes. It took me back a little. I assumed you just take your photos and work on it yourself, onto how you want to display the project. But that's not the case. My jobs throughout this experience, which is still ongoing, have been helping in the darkroom, scanning old glass slides, which have given me my own project to do on the archive, and my work will be displayed in the exhibition. I have also responded to the work of John Blakemore and have a final print ready to go, which is a recreation of one of his images of the skyline of Hillfields. From this experience, it has influenced myself as a photographer to add more depth into my work. Yes, it's good to take photos and produce great images. However, from this, I think my work should display a greater story, which is something I bear in mind on my journey to India. I have made contacts that will be able to assist me in future projects, but also I have received a job recording a Coventry Question Time at Fargo Village. Through linking myself with other people to whom are part of the project, I have found a great friend in Jason, and we both share the same passion in the subject, and it is great to have someone there to whom is willing to help and get the best possible work out of me and leave all the bullshit behind. Taking everything I have learnt from 3 different experiences, I vacated on a photographic trip to India. Being inspired by the likes of Steve McCurry and other Magnum photographers, I believe getting out into the world, your photos will come to life and tell a story of their own. My aim for India was to display my discovery of Mumbai and the people and the characters that bring the city to life. I was confident when photographing, and using skills from previous jobs, I was not scared to approach people for photographs. Most of the time, if not all of the time, they were happy to have their photo taken. Walking around the streets of Mumbai on my own, I found myself in my element and getting lost in a different world. I could have spent weeks, if not months there. Poverty is a huge problem in India. However, I didn't want to focus on this photographically, as it's been done many times before. I was after the weird and wonderful, the funny and charming, the people that are India. From this personal project, my aim is to create a photo book called Nahi Patha, which is Hindu for New Paths. The book will be part of a series. Overall, I have found this module very useful. It has made me get off my ass and actually strive for what I want in life. And from what I have done, I do not want to be tied down. I see myself as a lone wolf. I have always been set in my ways and always will. I don't want someone dictating on how I should express myself as an artist. My ultimate aim in life is to be a freelance photographer and capture this weird and wonderful world that we live in, and at times scary and dangerous. There is always room for improvement in my work, but even if others don't believe in me, as long as I believe in myself, I'll forget listening to the naysayers, stay focused and work my ass off, and the rewards at the end should be fulfilling and the achievement great. Thanks for watching. Cheers.